Hello children, how are you all? Welcome to Avalon Public School at home. Children, in previous class, I told you about political and administrative divisions of India. Okay children, in that I told you about the neighbor countries of India and states. Today we are going to discuss about physical divisions of India. So before starting this lesson, just learn some good manners. Avoid junk food. Avoid junk food. So children, we all should eat a healthy food that contains pulses, rice, chapatis and fruits, vegetables. It is very necessary for everyone to have a good diet. Okay, it makes us healthy and strong. And you know children, in healthy body there a healthy mind lives. So we all should avoid junk food to have daily. Okay children, now let's turn to our topic, that is physical features of India. So India is marked by a diversity of physical features such as mountains, plateaus, plains, coasts, and islands. Standing as sentinels in the north are the lofty snow-capped Himalayas. Him plus Alaya mean the abode of snow. Snow, you know, ice. The Himalayan mountains are divided into three main parallel ranges. The northernmost is Great Himalaya or Himadri. Okay, children. So India has several mountain ranges. The most significant ones are the Himalayas that you can see in this. So the most significant ones are the Himalayas, the Aravalli range, the Vindhya and the Satpura ranges, and the Eastern Ghats. Now let's turn to the Himalayas. The lofty snow-capped Himalayan mountains form the northern boundary of India. So I told you Himalaya means house of home of snow. That's called Himalaya. The Himalayas are divided into three parallel ranges from the north to the south. The first is Himadri or Great Himalaya, the second is the Himachal or Middle Himalaya, and the third is Shivalik. So first is the Himadri, is the northernmost range of the Himalayas. The world's largest peaks, Mount Everest and Kanchenjunga, are located in this range. The Himachal or Middle Himalaya lie to the south of Himadri. Many popular hill stations like Shimla and Manali are situated here. Now move to next, that is the Shivalik. It's also called the valleys of Shivalik. This is the southernmost range of the Himalayas. It has beautiful valleys. It is one of the oldest mountain range in the of the world. Let's talk about the Aravalli range. So it runs across four territories and states of India, that is Delhi, Haryana, Rajasthan and Gujarat. The Vindhya and the Satpura ranges. The Vindhya ranges, the Vindhya and the Satpura are important mountain ranges in the central part of India. The river Narmada and Tapi flow through these ranges. They are west flowing rivers that drain into the Arabian Sea. Let's learn about the Eastern Ghats. The Eastern Ghats run parallel to the eastern coast of India. They are discontinuous and dissected by many rivers. The Western Ghats or Sayadris run parallel to the western coast of India and they are continuous range of mountains. The northern plains are formed by the alluvial deposits of the river Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra and their tributaries. The most important plains of India are the northern Indian plains. They lie to the south of the Himalayas. The plains are extremely fertile and therefore ideal for cultivation. This place is very ideal for cultivation. This is why we find a high concentration of population in these areas. Very thickly populated cities in these plains like Banaras, Allahabad and Kanpur. Next, we'll talk about the peninsular plateau. So, the plateau region of India is known as the peninsular plateau. It lies to the south of the northern plains and triangular in shape. The Great Indian Desert. The Great Indian Desert is a dry, hot, and sandy stretch of land. It has very little vegetation, which includes mostly thorny bushes like cacti. The Great Indian Desert lies in the western part of India. It is also known as the Thar Desert, which is the largest desert in the country. So let's talk about Iceland. There are two main groups of Iceland in India. The Lakshadweep Islands. They are made up of corals, which are tiny underwater organisms. Water corals, tiny underwater organism. And second one is these are a small group of islands in the Arabian Sea located off the coast of Kerala that's called Lakshadweep. Next is Andaman Nicobar Island. They lie to the southeast of the Indian mainland in the Bay of Bengal. The island group consists of numerous scattered islands and is bigger than Lakshadweep. So, at last, children, I would like to tell you about the summary of this chapter, that is, the important physical features of India are mountain ranges. India has several mountain ranges. The most significant ones are the Himalayas, the Aravalli ranges, the Vindhya and the Satpura ranges, the eastern Ghats and the western Ghats. The northern plains, they lie to the south of the Himalayas. They are formed by the alluvial deposits of the river Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra. The peninsular plateau, it lies to the south of the northern plains. It has several mountains and valleys. The Great Indian Desert, it is a stretch of dry sandy land that lies on the western part of India. It's also called the Thar Desert. Islands. India has two groups of islands. These are the Lakshadweep Islands on the Arabian Sea and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands on the Bay of Bengal. The coastal plains, the eastern coastal plains lie to the east of the eastern Ghats and the western coastal plains lie to the west of the western Ghat. So now your this chapter, that is India, our country, is completed. In the next video, we'll discuss about your next chapter, that is India climate, vegetation and wildlife. Till then, take care of yourself and your family and enjoy your day. Thank you.